All right, welcome to Stream Live Tampa's coverage of Tuesday Night Baseball. County, tonight's matchup here in Ruskin, Florida, in the south part of Hillsborough County will be the Bloomingdale Bulls visiting the Lennard Longhorns. Lennard comes in, record of 2-2. It's early in the season in Class 7A District 8. Bloomingdale comes in a heavy favorite in Class 6A District 10 with a record of 3-1. Myself, Jim Delaney's here with Andrew Burdick to give you action coverage of tonight's game here in Hillsborough County. Both teams with veteran managers here in this part of the county. Chris Wilkin with Bloomingdale. He's in his 13th season at Bloomingdale, and Kennedy Duran, only coach ever to be at Lennard, is in his 14th season too. So two of the longest tenured high school head coaches, baseball head coaches here in Hillsborough County. On the hill tonight for Lennard will be freshman Logan Covey, making his first career start in his high school career. Lennard kind of in a little bit of a crunch with their pitch count because of 2 long games last week. So Florida High School Athletic Association pitch count rules kind of forced Coach Duran's hand to give the freshman a nod tonight against this very, very heavyweight offensive lineup for Bloomingdale. Leading off for the Bulls will be right fielder Drake Harmon.
Sounds like freshman, huh?
Sounds like what?
Sounds like we got a freshman on the mound.
We do.
All right.
It's actually a freshman battery. There's a freshman catcher.
Okay.
And a freshman pitcher.
So this first at-bat's an important one.
Absolutely. Yeah, these top 5 hitters for Bloomingdale are all big sticks. Coach Wilkins said for Bloomingdale, this is the most offensive lineup he's ever had in his high school coaching career.
Are they a pretty upperclassman heavy lineup for the Bulls?
Yeah. Lennard has 5 seniors that'll start in their lineup, and Bloomingdale will have 4, but their sophomores and juniors have a lot of experience, despite what their class is. The count goes even at 2. That freshman catcher for Lennard is Carter Payne. Harmon stays alive. Base hit up the middle for Harmon to lead off the game for the Bulls. Two vastly different batting orders. Andrew, Bloomingdale's all about big hits, not manufacturing runs. Lennard has 19 total stolen bases for the team. They scratch and fight, and like Coach Wilkins said, this is his biggest offensive production team, and it's led by this kid right here in Brock Wilkin.
He's got good size to him.
Yeah, he's 6'4", 215. He's already signed with Wake Forest.
Nice.
And walking around the crowd here at Lennard High School earlier this evening before the game, there was a handful of MLB scouts here. I'm pretty sure they're here to see number 25 for Bloomingdale.
He wanted that pitch.
Yeah, he's already got 2 bombs on the year. Average isn't where he needs it to be, but that's okay. And last name sounds familiar because it's the nephew of head coach Chris Wilkins for Bloomingdale.
Keeping it in the family.
Keeping it in the family. Harmon's got a decent lead. Count even at 1.
Freshman keeping his composure pretty well.
Just like the manager, Kennedy Duran, one of the best unheralded high school baseball coaches in the county, as we both know.
He was here when I was a student.
That's right. He's always had kind of an underdog team,
Definitely.
And this team lost 12 seniors from last year, so he's keeping them in the game. I mean, this is arguably the best field in Hillsborough County as well.
Oh, they do a wonderful job.
That many people don't see
Yeah.
here in Ruskin.
Wonderful job.
So count 2-1 on Wilkin. Deep fly to left. And caught. Covey threw him a deuce. Wilkin got a little bit ahead of it. Got a little bit of a nosebleed, it went so high. But it goes as an out in the book. It was left fielder Dax Cora with the put out. Number 3 hitter, left fielder Dominic Ganella. Ground ball to short, double play opportunity, 6-4, and Ganella beats it out in his bat throw. And he'll go in safely at 2, diving, not that he has to. So Lennard gets the lead runner. And 6-4 at second. And we got a timeout here by Coach Duran. Might be questioning whether or not second baseman was interfered with, and that caused the bat throw. Was he within the base?
Pitcher got what he was looking for.
That's right. First pitch, got him ground ball up the middle, double play opportunity. It was Dominic Ganella. Ganella is running back on the Bloomingdale football team.
Okay.
And he is going to North Dakota State, FCS powerhouse. Better enjoy this Florida weather before he heads up there.
Hey, buddy.
An all-around good athlete in all 4 years there. Nice cleanup hitter for Bloomingdale. Shortstop Colby Shelton. So we got 2 outs here in the top of the first. Runner at second. Covey falls behind 2-0. Freshman Logan Covey, first start of his high school career. And Coach Duran acted like it was nothing.
You know, it looks
Send
like
him
he's
out
carried
there.
that over. You know, he's hanging around a strike zone at this point.
Yeah, he fell a little bit behind there, tried to get a high strike. 3-0 to Shelton. Shelton's one of the 4 or 5 big bats that Bloomingdale is known for. But they're a very deep lineup. Coach Wilkin wanted to make that point. It's not just about 4 or 5 guys. It's all 9 of them.
That's right.
So that'll be a 4-pitch walk. So we got runners at first and second, 2 outs. Third baseman Jackson Hobbs coming to the plate.
It's another big boy.
He's got 5s all around. Number 5, playing position number 5, and he's number 5 in the lineup. Weird stuff that we notice here at Stream Live Tampa. So we got runners at first, second, 2 outs. See if Covey can get out of this late mess here in the top of the first. Got a first pitch strike on a curve. Gets ahead of Hobbs. Ground ball short. It's going to go all the way across the diamond. Doesn't get the hop for first baseman. Ganella will come around to score. And I thought he had the play at 2.
I was
An
thinking
easy
too.
lead runner at 2. And he tried to go all the way across the diamond. So Ganella scores on the error. Shelton will go to third. Hobbs will go to second. Little things like that can't do against a big lineup.
Yeah, I think last year there was another guy here at shortstop. So, you know, this is, I'm sure, his first year.
Yeah, that's the
think
legend.
Yo-Yo was
the
the-
legend,
that's
Yasiel
right.
Yo-Yo Nunez.
Might have had
He's
someone
near
else
and
there.
dear to Stream Live Tampa.
He's got some big shoes to fill.
Yes, yeah. And he's now up at St. Leo. So Covey, 2 outs, 1 run in. He's going to try to minimize his damage. Bulls got 2 runners in scoring position. As center fielder Antonio DeJesus at the plate for Bloomingdale. Good stop by Payne. All freshman battery tonight for Lennard. Good experience for them against this lineup.
Only gets better from here.
That's the old 55-foot pitch right there. So Covey falls behind 2-1. See if he can get out of this. Just giving up 1 run in this inning would be big. And he got DeJesus to pop up. Stays in the infield, and that retires the side. So not bad. Logan Covey unearned a run. 1 run in for Bloomingdale.
Freshman showing up.
Ice in his veins. Probably doesn't know who
He
he's
doesn't
facing.
know yet.
And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
So run 2 runners left, 1 run in for Bloomingdale. They'll take a 1-0 lead as we go into the bottom of the first. Top of the lineup for Lennard. On the hill tonight for Bloomingdale is sophomore Jake Nolte, one of the up-and-comers for the Bulls. Chris Wilkin, head coach for Bloomingdale, said they really throw by committee. So probably go 1 time through the lineup, maybe twice, but that's just how they worked their staff this year.
Maybe took a page from the Rays, huh?
That's right. Yeah,
The opening closure.
it's kind of like the opener, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
opener.
yeah.
That's what it is.
So Bull scratch across 1 in the top of the first, unearned run. guy, Lennard, will send center fielder Anthony Ferreira to lead off the bottom of the first for the Longhorns. Sophomore Jake Nolte gets the count even at 1. Got a lively arm.
Last time working at Lennard, I was working with Anthony. A little bit younger. He's definitely grown into his shoes.
He's got the Albert Pujols wide stance to prevent from overstriding. Nolte's a quick worker, quick draw McGraw. Doesn't waste any time, gets the ball, goes right back on the hill. It's 1-2 on Ferreira. It's a deuce. He's off of the strikeout. Good pitch by Nolte. So bring up third baseman Seth Gingrich, one of the senior leaders. Left-handed bat for Lennard.
Jim, tell me a little bit about this this item on his belt. Is that a new play?
Looks like a play card. It's kind of a new trend in baseball and softball. Defensive alignment and things like that, not really offensively.
Okay. And who usually carries that?
Typically everybody that's on the field that will have that. If that's something they use, I don't know. I don't know. I hadn't heard Coach Duran talk about that. It's something new. We'll see. It'll be something we can look for. That's good observation. I hadn't looked for that in the first inning. I'm a little old school. It's not something that I think I would see on a diamond.
No doubt.
You see it in softball, in college softball, a lot.
Okay.
Because they do all kinds of different alignments, and when they call pitches, and oh, that's a drive to right. Gingrich got out in front of that one. That'll get over right fielder's head. He's grounding second. He's going to be held at 2 with a 1-out double for Seth Gingrich.
He got into that one.
The right fielder, Drake Harmon, he always, easy excuses, hey, he lost it in the lights, but I think he didn't move when that ball was hit. It took him a second to move. And I was going to mention it, but now it's obvious he's shaded way over to right center.
Okay,
it looks like the center fielder is shaded over to left center. They're expecting a lot of people to pull, well, at least for righties, but he didn't move his alignment. When Gingrich came up from the left-hand side, it went right dead, straight right field and short off the fence. So the Longhorns got a little rally here in the bottom of the first, see if they can answer. Gingrich at second. There's a drive pulled down the third base line, foul. This will be Jalen Tosay, first baseman for Lennard. And the Bloomingdale right fielder, Drake Harmon, moves even more to right center. Maybe they need those play cards.
That's right.
I mean, it's obviously on purpose. This is not. They're shading over Wilkin, and he's got a good staff over there at Bloomingdale. And he's got him shaded. I mean, he is true right center field.
Now, is that a strategy in terms of how they're going to pitch?
Could be.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't expect anybody to be behind Nolte. They expect him, at least from the right side, to pull the ball more. Center field's not shaded too far over. He's a little bit to left center, but that right fielder is,
Center field.
true right center field. He is more towards center than he is right field. That ball is popped up behind the plate.
Chance. He makes the catch. He'll be out there.
And Brock Wilkin, plenty of room here at Lennard behind the dish. Makes that put out for a second out of the inning. Going to be 2 outs.
Is that the first game?
Gingrich still at second. So Nolte from the stretch with 2 outs. Has Miguel Figueroa, second baseman for Lennard, coming up. See if he can drive in Gingrich to even this score. Pitch by Nolte, a little high and out. And the right fielder has come back into the field. He's back a little bit more to the right. In the world of analytics now, no sport is immune to it, and baseball, for the most part, really started that analytics stuff with cybermetrics and all that back in the day. They analyze every defensive alignment by pitcher, by hitter, and if you know your arm and where he tends to throw, if you don't think there's, and Wilkin with throw down a second, kept keeping Gingrich honest, that was probably about 75% on his arm.
Just give him a little test.
And he was down there.
Yeah, he knew.
Yeah, Wilkin play a few different positions. He plays third, a little bit of outfield. I think he probably pitch, drive the bus.
That's right.
You know, fill the water cooler for everybody. He's one of those. He's one of those generational type kids. Do a little bit of everything.
You know, this is the time for Lennard, like you said at the beginning of the podcast, to really get the small ball going.
Yeah, and they've kind of actually, they've had the hardest hit ball so far.
That's true.
And that's a balk. It's an unusual balk, but I think the sophomore Nolte caught a cleat and just decided to hold on to it instead of throwing it to the backstop, so that will go in the book as a balk. Gingrich will advance to third, so he's 90 feet closer to home. And it's 2-1 on Figueroa. See if the senior second baseman can. Oh, that's a drive to center. Hard hit ball over the center fielder's head. That'll be a stand-up double from Miguel Figueroa. So just like what we said, beginning of the broadcast, Bloomingdale's loaded with bats, offensive production, and Lennard is, they just scratch and claw, do the small ball, and it's been the exact opposite how each team has scored their runs. 2 doubles in this first inning for Lennard, 2 hard hit doubles, and Bloomingdale had 1 single up the middle and got a walk and an error, and they scratched home a run in the top of the first, and Lennard has evened it here in the bottom of the first. So let's see if Jake Nolte can get out of this little damage, this little jam. This is on the first pitch. Shortstop Sebastian Munoz coming up for Lennard. Decent lead for Figueroa. He's not going anywhere. He's a go-ahead run here in the first. So Jake Nolte evens count 1-1. We got 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. It's a high ball game here in Ruskin. As Munoz fouls that one back. Ball's behind 1-2. Let's see if Nolte can get out of this jam like Covey got out of his jam at the top of the first. Staying alive. Good idea by Wilkin and Nolte. Go up high, see if he can chase it. And Munoz did not. It's a full count. Sophomore Jake Nolte for the Bloomingdale Bulls. And he misses high. So that'll be runners at first and second for designated hitter Max Goodnight. DHing for the pitcher for Lennard. Logan Covey. Let the freshman sit a little bit. Let him just concentrate to be on the hill. And Bloomingdale showing some action in the bullpen. We expected that anyhow. They throw by committee, Coach Wilkins said. Said Nolte's probably going to go one time through the lineup, maybe two, depending on how it was going. But Bloomingdale has that luxury. They've got 4 solid arms that they can do that with. Nolte first pitch. Gets it in there for a strike. It's running second for Lennard.
How you doing? Good. You doing all right?
2-2.
Let him swing the bat.
Yeah, it's right on cue. I was about to say he pitches the contact, what Coach Wilkins was saying today. There's nothing wrong with that. Sophomore getting a good start here early in the season. This is his 3rd start for Bloomingdale.
It's always an interesting dynamic to have the softball team playing at the same exact time, you know?
Yeah.
Balls flying back on each
back
each
and
field.
forth. This is a little bit more room in between these two fields than a lot of high school complexes in the county. But you're right. You got to have your head in a swivel. Let's see if Nolte can get out of this. 2-2, 2 outs, 2 runners on for Lennard. Throws it right by him. Good pitch by Jake Nolte. Got 2 strikeouts in that inning. Minimize the damage. 1 run across the board for each squad. 1-1 after 1 inning of play here in Ruskin. Yeah, we were 1 pitch into the 2nd inning. It's freshman Logan Covey. Now 2nd pitch. Evens the count on leadoff batter White Strickland, first baseman for Bloomingdale.
Pull the string.
Yeah, he pulled a string on that one. Absolutely, Andrew. Covey gets ahead on 1-2. White Strickland's one of the unsung heroes for Coach Wilkins' Bloomingdale Bulls. He says he provides a lot of depth. Hanging curveball, hard grounder to short, across the diamond. Batter is out. 6-3 in the book. Good play by shortstop Sebastian Munoz for Lennard. So leadoff batter retired. Jose Gutierrez, DH tonight for Bloomingdale. DH for the pitcher, Jake Nolte. First pitch, swinging, fly ball to left. Camps under that. 2 out. Second baseman Gabe Garrett for Bloomingdale. Yeah, you hear us chuckling. We were just talking about how close the softball and baseball fields were, and I heard the PA announcer for the softball game, and that name was not anywhere close to who's batting right here. The joy of high school athletics, Andrew. I love it.
On top of that, I don't know if you saw.
Middle of the second inning. Slight technical difficulties there in the top of the second. But freshman Logan Covey made sure nobody missed out on a lot of action, as he only faced 4 batters. One of them was 1 pitch and an out. He had a 4-pitch walk as well, but that runner was stranded. So it was a quick inning on top of the second for freshman Logan Covey at Lennard. And got a little bit of audio issues up here in the booth, but nobody missed anything because Covey was right on the money in that second inning. So Jake Nolte, sophomore for Bloomingdale, will come back out to start the second inning. As we were still tied at 1. As we go to the bottom of the second, leading off for Lennard will be freshman catcher Carter Payne. And before those audio difficulties, Andrew Burdick had mentioned there's also a middle school game going on. A lot of action going on here at Lennard High School tonight. You got a baseball game, softball game, and a middle school soccer game going on the football field. Nolte starts off with a strike.
Beautiful night for all of it.
Yeah, absolutely. March is one of my favorite months down here.
Couldn't imagine going to North Dakota State.
I tell you, he's not the first one to come from this area to go up
Yeah, no doubt.
and play
There's
football.
A lot of running backs also.
Yeah, there was
Newsome.
Newsome running back Bruce Anderson about 5 years ago went up there and contributed a lot.
Sure did.
So North Dakota State has one of the top FCS football programs in the country. You just hope these kids from Florida go on their visit during the winter months. If not, but North Dakota State does play indoors, which I think they have to.
Yeah, at this
That's
point.
going to be a state law in North Dakota. So Payne will fall behind, but he's battling behind 1 and 2.
You don't think they're going to have many 70-degree days in March.
Yeah, no, but yeah, good for him. Good for him. Yeah, that's a called third strike. That'll be a backwards K in the book. Third strikeout tonight for the sophomore righty for Bloomingdale, Jake Nolte. Disposes of Carter Payne quickly to lead off the second. This will be left fielder Dax Core. He's had 2 putouts early on here. Okay, Bloomingdale still has action in their bullpen. That's just customary to how they are handling their pitching staff this year. Nolte's out here for a second frame, and he's looking good and sharp. The first couple batters here gets ahead on Core. And he's a quick worker. 1-1. Reminder, everybody, we are going live tonight on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Stream Live Tampa. Follow us on Facebook, Stream Live Tampa, as well as follow and retweet us on Twitter at Stream Live Tampa. A lot of good things in the works here. Stream Live Tampa, we're all about the community, working with schools, local businesses. We are a free live streaming service to the schools and families. And we only grow our business through local businesses here in the community, whether it's as part of Hillsborough County or up towards Valrico and the Brandon area. And as we start expanding our coverage into Tampa a little bit. That was 2 strikeouts for the sophomore righty Jake Nolte to start out the second inning. He has 4 in the night. This will be Gabe Manguel, the right fielder for Lennard, and he, just like his predecessors in this inning, is behind 0-2. Nolte is dealing here in the second. Just misses on that one.
Jim, what do you think about having the bullpen up and warming up? Is that kind of a comforting thing as a pitcher?
Well, it
in
depends.
This situation? Yeah, in this situation.
Typically, it's not. And a little soft liner to second, retire to the side. Typically, it's not because starters go on the start a game to pitch as many innings as they can. But that's what Bloomingdale does. They do not hold back. They're very upfront that they throw by committee.
Yeah, it's kind of like an opener, like we were talking about earlier. So does that give him a little more ammo, Nolte, to kind of go in and drop what he's got and get out?
To your point, I can tell you what they do is what Wilkin said. Head coach Chris Wilkin for Bloomingdale said Jake Nolte will probably go 1 time through the lineup, maybe 2 depending on the night. And he just went through 1 time through the lineup, had 4 strikeouts, and he looked great in that second inning. But I wouldn't be surprised if he's done for the night, because that's just what they do. They throw 2-3 arms a game. He looks good, so 1 time through, second time through, you get a different arm. They put Nolte back out there. Remember, they kind of teed off on him that first inning. So they had 2 hard-hit doubles. So I wouldn't be surprised if Wilkin switches it up, brings in another one of their arms.
I know you're a big fan of the reformed parent, or sports parent, right?
Yes.
I feel like they would get along with something like this.
Because it prevents their workload being too much, and preserving arms for as long, because let's just face it, kids do not just play in the spring or part of the summer anymore. I mean, it can be played in different parts of the season of the year. So you have to really watch arms
all year, right? Baseball's not
it's
not a spring sport anymore.
It's not really at all. Nothing's really a year-round sport, but it can be. There's just so many outlets anymore that aren't monitored, so you have to watch it when it's under a controlled environment like the high school format. And there's Brock Wilkin with a hard hit ball down the left field line. That is in the corner in a hurry. That's going to be a hard hit long single for Brock Wilkin.
Core doing a good job keeping it in.
Yes, he did. He's played a good left field so far tonight. Wilkin, the big 6'4" senior for Bloomingdale, leads off the top of the third with a base hit. There's been a couple local high school baseball writers in Hillsborough County that have said Brock Wilkin could be the best high school baseball hitter since Kyle Tucker for Plant.
Wow.
4 or 5 years ago. Now he's with the Houston Astros.
Mm-hmm. It's big.
That's a good stop by the freshman. Kind of plate Payne. Looks like we have a pinch runner in for Bloomingdale. I didn't catch the number when he came in. Seems customary to get save Wilkin behind the plate since they're DHing for the pitcher.
Say number 29.
So another senior left fielder, Dominic Ganella. He goes ahead 2-0. That's a dangerous spot right here for the freshman Covey for Lennard. Falls behind 2-0 on Ganella. Mr. All everything at Bloomingdale. Top running back, headed to North Dakota State. Number 3 hitter on the baseball team. So Covey's got 2-1. The old school baseball man would say this is a classic, get him on, get him over, get him in, bunt him over, but not with Ganella at the plate. You let him swing away.
That's right.
It's a good hit and run opportunity right here, especially with that missing at 3-1.
Makai Hayes, number 29, is that pinch runner.
The pinch runner for Bloomingdale. Our crack staff up here. Look that up quick. So let's see if Wilkin rolls the dice here and sends the pinch runner Hayes and lets Ganella swing away. And see if the freshman Logan Covey first couple innings, he was kind of cruising a little bit in that second inning. One experience, though, facing Brock Wilkin as a freshman. Mm-hmm. And then Ganella right after. Ooh, got him to hit a blooper behind third base. Great play by third baseman. That's a big out, big pitch by Logan Covey to retire Ganella.
After 2, to your point, Jim, Covey had 32 pitches. Not too shabby.
That's it. Not bad. Not bad. Through 2 innings. That second inning was quick. That second inning couldn't have been more than 12.
That's exactly what it was, man.
Was it?
You got it going. He's at 7 for this inning. Also.
Yeah, third baseman Seth Gingrich with a great play right there for Lennard. It'll be Colby Shelton, shortstop for Bloomingdale, coming up. See if he can pick up Ganella, who popped out the third. And I guess it was a good thing that they didn't hit and run there, because that could have been a double play. So Colby gives up a hard hit, leadoff base hit to Brock Wilkin. Makes a great pitch on Ganella, gets him to pop out. He's got a pinch runner at first. He's got Colby Shelton coming up. Shelton, one of the big bats, one of the 4 or 5 big bats for Bloomingdale that they're known for around the county. They are a deep lineup. So Covey falls behind 2-0. As you see one of our new camera angles here tonight for Stream Live Tampa out behind the center field fence that we're showing from time to time tonight. Good pitch by Covey. Hits Shelton swinging something in the dirt. Scratches one back, gets the count to 2-1, a little bit more manageable. He's looking for a ground ball here. Doesn't stay on top of that. That curveball misses high, but great throw by the freshman catcher, Carter Payne. Throw out the pinch runner for Bloomingdale. Just like that, Covey gets out of it. 2 outs.
Bright pitch for these two. Right to the batter, like
Yeah.
you said.
Yeah, freshman battery tonight for Kennedy Duran's Lennard Longhorns. He gets the count, I think, should be 3-1. Great play by second baseman. Diving play, gets the last out of the inning. Great play, senior second baseman Miguel Figueroa. That's how you help out a freshman pitcher that battles back, because it wasn't looking good. Leadoff hit by Wilkin, put in a pinch runner. It's got third hitter Dominic Ganella coming up, gets him out, pops out. Then we get, and the catcher throws out a runner. Great play by the second baseman. That's how you help out your pitcher. So here we are. We're going to the middle of the third. Jim Delaney and Andrew Burdick here on Stream Live Tampa. Tuesday night high school baseball action here in Hillsborough County with the Bloomingdale Bulls and Lennard Longhorns tied at 1. It's been a good pitching duel so far in the first 2 innings. Freshman Logan Covey hanging with the big bats of Bloomingdale tonight, keeping Lennard in the game. Just had a good inning right there by his defense that was helping him out. And sophomore Jake Nolte had 2 good innings for Bloomingdale. He's had 4 Ks on the night. A couple doubles in the first inning for Lennard, scored a run. And there was a base hit and walk and an error, so it was an unearned run that went across the board for Bloomingdale in the first. But it's been a lot of defense after that, and some good timely pitching for both Chris Wilkins' Bloomingdale Bulls and Kennedy Duran's Lennard Longhorns here in Ruskin, one of the unsung hero fields there in Hillsborough County. Always in good shape. Kennedy Duran does a great job down here.
It's part of the culture he brings. You know, it's
absolutely.
take care of what you have.
Yeah, he is the only coach to ever come across this Lennard high school baseball field. It's his 14th year, I believe, at Lennard. It's Chris Wilkins' 13th year at Bloomingdale, 2 of the longest tenured high school baseball coaches as far as being in the same program in Hillsborough County. So we go to the bottom of the third. Tie ball game. 1 apiece. 1 run apiece, I should say. We get back at the top of the order for Lennard. Center fielder, senior Anthony Ferreira. Sophomore Chappelle in to pitch for Bloomingdale. As head coach Chris Wilkins, staying true to form, says they go by committee.
Another sophomore.
That's right. He said Jake Nolte, the starter tonight, maybe kind of the opener, taking a page out of the Rays book. Kevin Cash. He said he'd go one time through the lineup probably, and that's what he did. Went 2 innings, had 4 strikeouts. So it was a good outing for sophomore Jake Nolte. And Chappelle comes right in and picks up where Nolte left off with a quick strikeout of Anthony Ferreira to lead off the 3rd inning. It'll bring up third baseman senior Seth Gingrich. Man, nice play in foul ground to help out his pitcher in that last inning. Catch a pop-up over his right shoulder.
He's another guy heading out of state, a little colder weather.
He is, I believe, up in Pennsylvania.
Yes, sir.
Is there a
Sounds
Penn
about
State
right.
Dubois? Division III school up in Pennsylvania. There are many college baseball opportunities. A lot more than people think. Almost 1,600 college baseball programs in the country. It's not all on TV. If you want to play somewhere and you're willing to go, and depending on what you want to study, you can find a place.
I just want to get
As long as
Stream
you're a
Live
quality
Tampa
player.
to cover it.
I'm sorry. What was that?
So unless you want to get streamlined.
That's right. Hey, why not? We'll go up to Pennsylvania.
Right on for you.
Right. A lot of those D3 schools come down here this part of the year because they
do.
can't play.
That they do.
They can't play right now. There's cold weather. A lot of them go into Polk County. There's usually big open invite tournaments over at Winter Haven.
Arizona's another big place.
We got a long fly ball, high fly ball to center field. Looks like Harmon will camp out under it. Excuse me, Antonio DeJesus for Bloomingdale. Hey, second pitcher comes in for Bloomingdale, picks up where their starter Nolte left off. Quick inning. 1, 2, 3. As the end.
Got a fast game going.
It's a fast game. You're throwing strikes. You got good defense. We are quickly into the top of the fourth.
Chappelle, 8 pitches last inning.
That's it. He picked up, like I said, where Jake Nolte left off. Disposed of the top of the order. Top 3 batters for Lennard in that third frame. So top of the fourth will be the third baseman, Jackson Hobbs, leading off. 5s all around. He's one of the big bats. It's a long strike in the book. Freshman Covey's got a big grin on his face.
You can see the Bulls are trying to time him out. I think they have him.
Yeah, I would think.
He's going.
And I was just looking at something today on Twitter. Now, that's not a double. That'll go down as probably an E6. The shortstop should have caught that in the air. It would have been a good play. And then it almost could be a double error. But the second one is more of a mental error, just taking too long to get to the ball.
Yeah, no hustling.
But I saw something on Twitter today. One of the best things in baseball is the hustle double. Bloop to right center and don't stop coming out of the batter's box and you're diving into second, because that's what he did. He didn't stop. He was hustling hard around first. Saw there was a little bit of a hesitation to get that ball back in, and that's what happens. Then we get a first pitch.
Like this.
That's right. We get a first pitch curveball. Misses. As the Bulls show bunt, DeJesus squared around to show bunt. Good move by Longhorns head coach Kennedy Duran. Slow this down a little bit. So the Bulls lead off the fourth inning. Jackson Hobbs is quickly at third base. As quick as he's at third base, as this game quickly got to the fourth inning, it seemed.
Sure. 8 o'clock.
So Bloomingdale threatening here in the top of the fourth. They got a runner at third, nobody out. Antonio DeJesus, center fielder for Bloomingdale, is up as head coach Kennedy Duran walks off his very proud field of his. Slow down the momentum for Bloomingdale here in the fourth. Logan Covey will go from the windup with a runner at third with no outs. And count 1-0. And there's a drive to left. Big drive to left. And that is gone. And that's how quick Bloomingdale can make you pay. Center fielder Antonio DeJesus, I believe that's his first one of the season, the fourth one for Bloomingdale. And it's a quick 3-1 lead here in the top of the fourth, as the freshman Logan Covey looked good in the first 3 innings. Actually looked good in the first pitch. Got a guy to line out to short. Sometimes things happen. Game creeps up on you.
I was just thinking too, for this last pitch, nobody's warming up for the for the Longhorns in the bullpen.
No, that's a testament to Duran's confidence in Covey.
Yeah.
You know, let the young freshman battle through this. It's a good experience to face a lineup like this, and this is what Bloomingdale does. They're 3-1 in the season. They lost a very tough opening game at Steinbrenner. They were up 6-0 and then lost 7-6 in extra innings as they traveled across the country, so to speak, to go to Steinbrenner from East Hillsborough County. But I know they feel the same when they have to come to this side of the county. But with the traffic in the greater Tampa Bay area, that is not easy to do on a school night. So earlier on in the high school baseball season here in Hillsborough County, as we are in the first week in March, most teams have played about a handful of games. As here we are in Ruskin, it's 3-1 Bloomingdale, top of the fourth. We just came off a 2-run Antonio DeJesus home run to give them that 2-run lead. As freshman Logan Covey falls behind this batter 3-0. White Strickland at the plate. He grounded out to short in the second. Let's see what Covey can do. This game can turn on you quickly. It's where the Lennard defense needs to show up. They helped out the freshman pitcher in the last inning. Throwing somebody out. Great play at the end of the inning by second baseman Miguel Figueroa to end the Bloomingdale third inning. And it looks like Longhorn manager Kennedy Duran's going to call it a night for freshman Logan Covey. This is a good outing. This is an impressive outing for this freshman. Went three plus innings. Didn't quite get that 3 1/3. Went 3 full innings and faced a few batters here in the fourth. As Lennard will make the switch. So we'll have a stoppage in play here in the fourth inning. The 3-1 Bloomingdale Bulls lead here at Lennard High School. Again, we're streaming live on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Follow us on Facebook. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Stream Live Tampa. Or also Stream Live Tampa on Facebook, and retweet us on Twitter at Stream Live Tampa. As we are early on here in the high school baseball season here in Hillsborough County and all of Florida. Into pitch for Lennard. Another freshman for the Longhorns, Jack Mueller. He will come in with a runner at first. As we're scoring the book, that runner will still belong to starter Logan Covey. As we keep the freshman battery, just a different arm for Lennard. Jose Gutierrez Squares around the bunt on that first pitch. Goes in for a strike. Bloomingdale's got a runner at first. No outs. Squares around again. Pops it up. It's a lost start.
That it is.
No offense to Gutierrez. Young man's just trying to help his ball club, but you see it more and more that pop up. But Chris Wilkin trying to get that runner over, playing a little small ball. But it is a lost start in the game nowadays. For a simple sacrifice, and it's just an easy out. A little P2 in the book.
Goal.
Yeah. So that'll bring up second baseman Gabe Garrett for Bloomingdale. 1 out. As Mueller retires that first batter, gets him to pop up to catcher Carter Payne. Gets ahead on Garrett. So let's see what another one of Coach Duran's freshman arms for Lennard. See how he can handle this situation here in the fourth. It's ahead 0-2. That's a hard hit ball foul down the third base line. Still 0-2. 0-2 in Garrett. Mueller just works on the batter. He should be fine. Instead of looking at that runner. Not quite sure this is a steal opportunity, but you never know. Little waist pitch, little high. Count goes to 1-2. Another hard hit ball down third base line. That'll be foul. Boy, looking at that score of the softball game, we had a perfect angle of that scoreboard. 13-4 in the second inning. There's a ball hit up the middle. Second baseman misses. Nice try. Strickland did not stop going around second. That is good base running right there by Wyatt Strickland, which is another lost start, but not right there. Never stop. When you're going from first to second, you want to try to get to third, especially that ball goes up the middle. If you think you can go, as long as you don't hesitate. It's a nice effort by the second baseman, Figueroa, but he went in sliding on his knees, and he kind of took off some speed on that ball, and it made it easier for Strickland to get to third. So now it's runners at the corners. Runners at the corners for leadoff.
You can hear Coach Duran
Hitter Drake Harmon.
barking some orders in terms of using their.
And he's got his ground ball. He'll flip it to short. Can't get him at 1, so a runner will score. Get the force out at 2.
Stats paying off.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Nice pitch, Jack.
And we could hear that in our Stream Live Tampa mics. Great technology we have. I heard a nice pitch, Jack, and that was. Yeah, that's good coaching. Whoever said that. You got a freshman pitcher come in a tough spot, down 2 runs, inherits a runner, gets to the top of the order, gets him to ground out, get an out, 2 outs. Now he faces somebody that not everybody gets to face, in Brock Wilkin. So we got 2 outs here at the top of the 4th. Freshman Jack Mueller in for Lennard in relief. Senior Brock Wilkin at the plate. Takes first 2 low. Gets ahead 2-0. Mueller's got to be careful here.
Yeah, take a deep breath.
Any given moment, Wilkin can take it deep. And he hangs that one. It's a hard line drive to left field, and there is, again, great left field play tonight by Dak Score for Lennard. Helps minimize some of the damage. Bloomingdale puts 3 across, 2 on the DeJesus home run. And they scratched across another one, so they put 3 in the top of the 4th. As we go to the middle of the 4th, it's 4-1 Bloomingdale. As it'll be the 4, 5, 6 in the lineup for Lennard, Figueroa, Munoz, and Goodnight in the bottom of the 4th. All right, we're back here in the bottom of the 4th. Second baseman Miguel Figueroa leading off. Falls behind 1-0. He'll try to get his Longhorns back in the ball game here as they are down 3. The big boppers from Valrico. Bloomingdale showing it with the 2-run homer in the top of the 4th here. Sophomore, another quick worker. Chappelle gets ahead 1-2 on Figueroa. Lead off the 4th. Blows that one right by. Couldn't check his swing. I don't know if it mattered. So that's a quick out to lead off the 4th, the bottom of the 4th here. So shortstop, Sebastian Munoz will come up for Lennard. Nice Mueller's got a live on.
He does. He jumps at us.
No, not Mueller, excuse me, Chappelle.
That's a perk of bringing him in, every couple innings also.
That's it, yeah. It's the formula that Chris Wilkin said that they're doing this year. Throwing by committee.
A team like Bloomingdale also, you would think, are, already got their mindset on postseason play. Keep your arms fresh.
Yeah,
fresher.
And they're a heavy favorite in that district.
Right.
This is the first year of a lot of strange realignments. They've got 3 schools from Pinellas County in their district. But there's a new rule this year. There's a flare down the right field line. See if that falls. It'll fall foul. But there's a rule this year that you don't have to play your district opponents during the regular season, which is probably smart because they're kind of spread out all over the place.
Right.
Bloomingdale's got Largo, Pinellas Park, St. Pete High School. It's a logistical nightmare during the week.
Friday night games would probably be the best option for you at that point.
Yeah, and Hillsborough County got away from Friday night baseball games for the most part. They used to be Tuesday, Friday forever. Now they're back to Tuesday, Thursday. There's some Friday games here and there.
Any weekend games? Saturday?
Sometimes there's some Saturday morning games. I know Lennard's got a home game against Jefferson in April on a Saturday morning. Nothing wrong with that.
For sure.
10 a.m. game.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of this softball game, though, looks like we're mounting a little comeback over there.
Who's we?
Yeah, whoever. We're at Lennard, right?
Yeah, we are at Lennard. Yeah, East Bay and Lennard are playing softball tonight on the field adjacent to us. It's the 2nd inning, and it's 13-8 East Bay. I know East Bay lost their top pitcher, their softball program, lost their top pitcher right before tryouts. Transferred to another school. long time, 30-year head coach for East Bay softball program, Glenn Rodriguez. He's always put together a good scrappy squad. I talked to him before the baseball and softball games tonight to catch up with him. He's a mainstay in high school softball in Hillsborough County. He's back to action here in the baseball diamond. Lennard's got a runner at first. 1 out, down 3. Max Goodnight at the plate, the DH tonight for the Longhorns.
You don't know why.
I always kind of wondered that.
What's that, John?
Up 3 runs, got a runner at first. You really have the momentum. Sometimes just work on the batter, especially a quick worker like Chappelle. Just kind of breaks up your momentum sometimes.
I can see where you're coming from with
You
that.
know, because he really doesn't have a big lead. You know,
But he
they
had
probably
a-
knew that
he
he
had
was
a good
going. It was a
idea.
situation for him to go. I get it. He's got a 3-run lead.
Scratching and clawing, here they
Yeah,
come.
and that's what Lennard does. Yeah, but still a situation here. You know, work on the batter. He'll need 2 more outs. That's stolen base for Sebastian Munoz. Puts runner in scoring position with 1 out for Lennard here in the 4th. See if Goodnight can capitalize on this hitter's count at 3-1. Good pitch, but he just misses. So now Lennard's threatening here in the 4th. Try to match the 3 runs they gave up in the top of the 4th. So they have runners at first and second, 1 out. Bloomingdale break up the momentum for the Longhorns. Freshman catcher Carter Payne will come up after the mound visit. This is, I believe, this will be the last school year that we'll see the orange with Lennard. Is that correct?
Sounds like a true statement.
Yeah, sounds like they are going to purple and gold after this year. They're going to lose the burnt orange and white, or cream. There's a rather large college in the country that owns the rights to that. So this will be the last school year for the orange for Lennard High School. They're going to go to purple and gold. There's a drive to right center. Harmon camps out under it. Easy fly ball. Runners stay put. They don't advance. First pitch out.
Yeah, these color changes, it can be seen as a good or bad thing. You know, they're going to have to revamp all equipment, you know.
Everything.
Everything's brand new.
Everything.
I know some coaches are happy with it, some maybe not so much.
Yeah, I think do we ever find out how they picked purple and gold?
It was supposed to be by the kids. The kids are supposed to have picked it.
Probably the timing of
Yep.
We got a little question here by head coach Kennedy Duran for Lennard. See what he's questioning. This could be a veteran move here.
Maybe it is. Slow it down a little bit, huh?
Yeah, slow it down a little bit. Show that his team's not going to go down easily. Sounds like an issue with a mouthpiece,
yeah.
a missing mouthpiece maybe. That is a mandatory rule for all athletic events. Players have to have mouthpieces.
Actually, I guess I had to switch out batters. Interesting transaction here.
Lennard's bench is into it now. Kennedy Duran, one of the most well-respected high school baseball coaches in Hillsborough County. Like we said, one of the longer tenured ones in the county. Trying to get his team fired up. Arguing a rule here. There's a lazy ground ball to third. Hobbs comes across the 5-6 hole, throws out the runner. To retire the side in the fourth. Lennard leaves 2 runners on base there in the fourth. They had a chance to get back into this game after giving up 3 in the top of the fourth. As Coach Duran is still, I wouldn't say arguing. He's trying to find to get to the bottom of maybe a rule here with the base umpire.
Testament to him, kind of see what's going on and not just jump to.
Oh, he jumped right on it.
Well, he did.
He had seen something and jumped right on it.
I think that was Dax Core that was taken off.
Yeah, he was coming to plate, and then they brought in a pinch hitter. So at the end of 4, it's 4-1 Bloomingdale. Lennard threatened there. They had left 2 runners on base at the bottom of the 4th after the 3 spot that the Bulls put on the Longhorns at the top of the 4th inning with a 2-run homer by Antonio DeJesus. As we hear a lot of fans cheering, like we said, it's a busy night here at Lennard High School in Ruskin, Florida. We got a middle school soccer game going on behind us on the football field. We got Lennard softball team is hosting East Bay tonight, and it was just runs galore over there. And tonight here on the baseball field for our coverage here on Stream Live Tampa, it's 4-1 Lennard. 4-1 Bloomingdale as we go to the 5th inning. And freshman in relief Jack Mueller, second freshman on the hill tonight for the Lennard Longhorns. He'll try to keep the Bulls at bay. As the 3-hitter, left fielder Dominic Ganella will lead off for Bloomingdale. First pitch just misses outside. So Mueller he goes for the stretch, even with nobody on. It's been a growing trend over the years in baseball. See, a lot of guys seem to have better command just going from the stretch, especially the short relievers.
What do you think the reasoning is for that?
Less action
Yeah.
in the motion, less margin of error maybe. Some guys are just more comfortable doing it. It's a base hit over the third baseman's head. That's going to trickle with it. And Ganella showing his running back speed. He's in the second with a leadoff stand-up double.
And that was Dax Core who just got taken out there, and he's been doing a good job of.
Yeah, he has. He's had a good game in left field tonight, but those lefties, I remember facing when I was younger. They hit those little balls. That was a hard hit ball over third, but they always have English and always spins towards the left field line. It goes in the foul territory, and Ganella right on it. He was on his horse right out of the box, and he's on 2 to lead off the 5th inning for the Bulls. The shortstop Colby Shelton comes to the plate for Bloomingdale. Try to add to their lead. Mueller gets that first pitch in for a strike. Count even at 1. And Mueller battling here. Gets ahead 1-2 as we've noticed there's a defensive switch for Lennard. Basically, shortstop and third baseman switch positions. Andrew Burdick on that one. Quick like a puma. All over that one. And we got a foul ball going right over our head. We're in trouble. Foul ball comes in here.
Ooh, buddy.
These cement walls.
I think I might be all right, but
There's going to be a pinball machine in here. That ball comes in here. I could try to catch up. I'm not quite sure. That's a lazy little sinking liner down the foul, third base foul line of drop foul. So Mueller still ahead 1-2. On shortstop, Colby Shelton, one of the big bats for Chris Wilkins' Bloomingdale Bulls. He's walked and grounded out to second so far tonight. They're in the top of the fifth. Leadoff double by Ganella. See if freshman Jack Mueller can get himself an out here. It's not a productive out for Bloomingdale. Now the count is now 2-2. Almost another great play at second base. Base hit to right field. Ganella's held at third. Safe play. Probably could have scored, but safe play. Puts runners at the corners. No outs for Bloomingdale. So you have a leadoff double by Dominic Ganella. And follows up with base hit to right by Colby Shelton. You got runners at the corners. No outs. Third baseman Jackson Hobbs comes up. He started that last inning, that fourth inning, with that ground ball to short that was misplayed. And then he hustled, got himself to second. Oldest trick in the book in baseball. Really works.
Yeah, right?
Everybody does it, though.
Might as well give him the second
Yeah,
base.
so now that's the second. It's a stolen base for Shelton. 2 runners in scoring position for Jackson Hobbs. Like I said, he led off the last inning and then scored on the 2-run homer by DeJesus. So Bloomingdale really threatening to bust this wide open here. Ball gets away from Payne. Ganella comes home. He'll score on the wild pitch, I would call that. Could be a pass ball.
Fish ruler says. Wild pitch.
Wild pitch. So it's 5-1. Runner at third now for Bloomingdale. No outs. 2-0 for freshman Jack Mueller as he faces Jackson Hobbs.
Big chance for him to grow up here, huh?
Things have kind of unraveled in the last inning. Plus for Lennard. It's tough to keep these big bats at bay. I mean, they really have 4 or 5, like we said, but you watch all of their swings. They're big, huge athletic swings. I've seen a lot of these Bloomingdale players in person. You definitely want them with you if you're in a dark alley.
Yeah.
They're big kids.
They look like they lift a little bit of weight.
They're big kids, yeah. Yeah, like Chris Wilkins said today, he told me today, head coach for Bloomingdale, this is his best offensive team he's ever had, that he's ever coached. He's got bats up and down the lineup.
Big testament for 13 years.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. He's had some great players along the way. They just retired current major leaguer for the Baltimore Orioles, Richie Martin. They just retired his jersey number last Thursday night at Bloomingdale. He's a Bloomingdale alum, former Florida Gator, current Baltimore Oriole.
Awesome.
He's had quite a few great players come through that program in his tenure there, but it was the first thing he said, this is the best offensive team he's ever had. And they are really putting the pressure on here on this freshman pitcher, Jack Mueller, for Lennard, as they have runners at the corners, no outs, 1 run already in here in the 5th, and a 5-1 lead. You got center fielder Antonio DeJesus 2-run homer in the last inning in his last at bat. Big drive to left. Another big swing, fouls that one off.
Looking for another one.
Yeah, this is pin in your ears back
That's
type
what it
mentality
is,
here,
right?
like defensive linemen have.
I was just thinking.
They just go at the
down,
quarterback.
right?
That's it. They're just going to go up swinging,
Third and
as they
15.
should.
Yep.
As they should. Lennard has held tough so far, though.
Yeah, Mueller needs to just kind of roll his sleeves up and
Yeah.
just keep battling.
Yeah, starter Logan Covey had 3 good innings. Came undone for him in the 4th, mainly to this batter right now, Antonio DeJesus, with that 2-run homer. Let's see if he can add to the Bloomingdale lead tonight. Another wild pitch. Another run in. It is now 6-1. Bloomingdale, 1 runner will score on that wild pitch. Runner will advance to second. Head coach Kennedy Duran with another visit to the mound. This is a tough spot. He's had some good defensive play in left field by Datcor. A great play to end the 3rd inning by second baseman Figueroa to keep Lennard even at one apiece. But in the last inning, they put 3 on the board. They've so far put 2 on the board here in the 5th. They have a 6-1 lead. Top of the 5th, and there is nobody out. With a runner at second. And Antonio DeJesus still at the plate. Count even at 1.
What do you think Coach Duran said to the young freshman?
Battle. Enjoy the experience.
Yeah.
As a freshman, there's so many cliches that could be said. We both know Coach Duran. He's really not like that.
Yeah, but
I know he'll say something, but yeah, he's not going to get on any. He's not going to get on him about anything. It won't make the situation any bigger. He probably already knows, but he's probably he just battle. Hard drive to right center for DeJesus. That'll score a run. This could be 3. That's the deepest part of the ballpark here at Lennard. But he'll hold up at second. And it's another run in. DeJesus now 3 RBIs on the night. Second big hit of the night. Makes it 7-1 Bloomingdale. As first baseman White Strickland will come to the plate for the Bulls. Freshman Jack Mueller still battling out there. Trying to find that pitch, get that pop up, easy ground ball. Making his catcher work hard tonight in this inning. Good stop by Carter Payne. So like we said, Lennard lost 12 seniors from last year's team. Very tough to make that up.
Can't even play all those.
No. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and even like Coach Duran said, his seniors that are playing, that are starting tonight, they don't have a lot of experience. So it's a very, very young team, despite what the classes say, with 3 or 4 seniors in the starting lineup. But it's cyclical, just like anything, high school, college athletics. So, you lose a big class. Next year you're going to scratch and claw as best you can. Find your flashes of brilliance. Capitalize on as much as you can. So see if the young freshman Mueller can find an out here in the 5th, as the Bulls have really flexed their muscles in these last 2 innings. Strickland keeping everybody honest. Sometimes too many people outside the dugouts, I notice nowadays.
Yeah.
At least they're not on buckets. At least they're not sitting on buckets. But there's a lot of people outside that dugout over there. But they're not the only ones. It's kind of the norm nowadays. But you got to be on your toes. Take some ballet lessons. Get your quick feet. Ooh, got him way ahead of that one. lost grip on the right hand, or in the left hand. You don't see that
Yeah,
often.
let's say.
So Mueller dug deep, found a pitch. He gets Strickland out on. And that's the kind of out you need, a productive out. Doesn't advance, or on the defensive side, doesn't advance anybody. It's a big K. Jose Gutierrez is up. He's 0 for 2 on the night. There you go.
Freshman starting to find it.
Gets ahead on Gutierrez. You got one out here in the 5th. Runner at second for Bloomingdale. Looks like half the Lennard team is trying to hold him on at second. Good pitch. See, from a coaching aspect, focus on this batter, this part of the game. It's a small part of the game. He's ahead 0-2. Big spot, regardless of the score. And you see how the freshman can battle his way through it. And he gets a pop-up down the third base line. Now third baseman was shortstop. Sebastian Munoz comes down. So those are 2 big outs by the freshman arm. Gets Strickland on a crazy off-speed pitch, breaking ball. And then gets Gutierrez on a lazy pop-up down third base line. And looks like Coach Duran is coming out. One of the reasons I like Coach Duran, he's one of the ones that embraces the stirrups.
I knew that was what you
The
were
striped
say.
stirrups.
That's it.
Back in the 70s, early 80s.
Classy.
He's one of the ones over the last few years I've noticed that had his ball players wear the classic striped stirrups, and now it's a little more widespread.
I'll say making a comeback, huh? I was actually just talking about that today.
Love the
At
stirrups. Absolutely.
It's kind of like basketball in their shorts. They're getting shorter and
That's
shorter.
right. In one of our earlier podcasts, you
Right?
said that. The short shorts are coming back. And the headbands.
Headbands, yes, sir.
All right, in the ball game now for Lennard on the hill. Junior right-hander John McCool. I'll try to close this out and minimize the damage here in the 5th. Big over-the-top righty. Second baseman Gabe Garrett at the plate for Bloomingdale. Try to add to the Bulls' lead as they're up 7-1 here at Lennard High School. Sometimes forgotten Lennard High School, unfortunately. And not not in recent years. Kennedy Duran has built this baseball program up, and as well as the football program, the basketball program went to the state Final Four, 2014, I believe?
2014.
And Lennard High School has a current Pittsburgh Steeler.
Yeah.
And Deontay Johnson. Graduate
Big thing.
2015. Former Toledo Rocket. Came from here in Ruskin, Lennard High School. He's now one of the main targets for Mike Tomlin's Pittsburgh Steelers this year.
Can't say Big Ben because he didn't play much of the
It
game.
was Big Ben early, and then
Yeah,
he got
it was.
hurt. And then it was a number of quarterbacks
It
for
was.
Pittsburgh. But it's good to see Deontay. He comes back to the area when he can. I know he was at Lennard here last week. I think he was at Shields Middle School as well, where he went. And that's a base hit up the middle for Garrett. That'll score another run for the Bulls. That'll get the lead up to 8-1 for the Bloomingdale Bulls. They really flex their muscles here from the fourth inning. All started with the 2-run homer by Antonio De Jesus. That's Gabe Garrett's second hit of the night, first RBI of the night. As we get back to the top of the lineup, and right fielder Drake Harmon. Boy, McCool comes in. He doesn't hold up when he throws to first. Takes a big wind-up back. He's definitely not going to balk. Not with that move. Harmon sends fly ball to left. And that will retire the side for the Bulls here in the fifth. They put 3 across the board. Actually, no, 4 across the board to make it 8-1 Bloomingdale here in the middle of the fifth.
You know, one thing that's always intrigued me about baseball is the art of throwing the ball in and trying to make it in that pitcher's.
On the mound.
So, yeah, right on the
Mound ball.
That's it. How close can you get it?
There's a game that you can play. I don't think we'll mention what kind of game we'll play. But there's a game you can play called mound ball, whether or not that ball stays on the mound or goes off the ball or goes off the mound with a certain type of beverage, which we probably won't mention on here. It was a good observation, Andrew. Absolutely. That's one thing I always taught catchers: toss that ball back, run into the dugout. And it's a good time to mention one of our longtime sponsors, Lucas AC Services. You can reach them at 813-369-9389 for all your air conditioning needs. Lucas AC Services. And if you want to become a sponsor here at Stream Live Tampa, we'd be more than happy to talk with you. You can email us at streamlivetampa@mail.com. You can also call 813-477-8429. There's different sponsorship opportunities. 1 game, 2 game, a season. There's different things that we like to work with our local community businesses here at Stream Live Tampa. Again, we are a free service. We do not charge anything to schools. We do not charge anything to families, friends, anybody to watch our games. We grow our business strictly through local businesses. So we're a community-driven live stream service. And we're also under the umbrella of ASTV, Amateur Sports Television, which is based out of Canada. #1 source for amateur sports. They like to pick up our feeds as best they can. In the game now for Bloomingdale, in the 5th inning, it'll be lefty senior Riley Moore. A lot of names nowadays, double last names.
That's what it is.
It would be like double last name. And this is the 3rd arm of the night for Chris Wilkin, and they've got another arm going to the pen to get some work in. Probably to close this one out later, as Chris Wilkin is staying true to form. They pitch by committee, a couple innings each. Sophomore Jake Nolte went 3 innings, right through the lineup. First time through the lineup. Chappelle came in the middle part, and Riley Moore retires leadoff batter for Lennard quite easily. As Gabe Manguel went down swinging, so bring up leadoff hitter Anthony Ferreira, the center fielder for Lennard. Bloomingdale is a well-known powerhouse for this upcoming 2020 season here in Hillsborough County. Everybody knows they've got big bats, a lot of arms, a lot of depth. So Chris Wilkin, as he knows, as he said, he's very fortunate to have this roster this year. If you have the luxury of throwing 3-4 arms a night, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 8 Ks on the night, 7 Ks, 8 Ks on the night by this staff. They got a 2-run homer, RBI double.
Do it all.
But yeah, Bloomingdale is A to Z. Looks like right now, not just tonight, but it looks like that's what they're going to show Hillsborough County this year. That is back-to-back strikeouts for Riley Moore to start out the 5th. Want to bring up Lennard's top bat, one of their leaders, Seth Gingrich. Old lefty-lefty matchup. His first pitch misses for Moore. Fires that one in there. Yeah, this looks like a tough matchup for any lefty. You got a senior in Gingrich here. I mean, Moore's got a closed stance. He probably naturally hides the ball well, and you can see on the closed stance, he hides it even longer. Tough to see, but he got around on that one. That was a very defensive swing. But Gingrich stays alive.
Tell me, Jim, what kind of memories you got from baseball growing up?
Brought back bad memories. That little flare down left field went over the third baseman's head. I used to give up too many of those. Those little sinking flares over third base goes into the corner. Oh.
Nothing you knew about those.
No. It's always on a good pitch. You know you had a good
Right.
pitch. All my memories were all the friends, camaraderie. Still talk to quite a bit of them. So we had a full count here on Gingrich. 2 outs here in the 5th inning. We got an 8-1 Bloomingdale lead as they really turn it on in the last couple innings. There's a little flare right there. But that'll be a lazy pop-up. To the shortstop. Retire side. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Riley Moore for Bloomingdale to retire the Lennard hitters as we go to the 6th with an 8-1 Bloomingdale lead.
Big man.
Sixth. As we go into the sixth,
25 on 25.
there's a big man matchup right here.
Good.
John McCool versus Brock Wilkin. McCool, big, unorthodox, over-the-top righty. First pitch in. On the Wake Forest Demon Deacon signee, signed in the early signing period back in November. Quite a few Major League Baseball scouts here we saw roaming around, and this is top target number 1. Wilkin hits a ball in the left center. We caught. As Brock Wilkin is retired to lead off the 6th.
Softball game across the way, 13-13.
13-13. As their PA announcer here at Lennard said, what a rivalry game between East Bay and Lennard in softball tonight. 13-13 in the 5th. Right here, not so close. It's 8-1 Bloomingdale here in the 6th. Leading up, or second batter of the inning, excuse me, is leadoff batter Brock Wilkin flew out to center field. This will be left fielder Dominic Ganella, future North Dakota State Bison football player. He's heading up there to play football in the fall. Ganella gets ahead 2-0 in McCool. McCool falls behind 3-0. Ganella with a green light, which expect in this situation up 7. Top of the 6. Swung and missed on that 3-0 pitch. Looks like McCool took a little bit off that one. Misses on that pitch. That'll be 3-2. That's what happens when you don't keep your own score and you follow the scoreboard. No offense to the scoreboard keeper.
Our official scoreboard keeper.
Ganella pulls that one. Had Buckner-esque look on it. Look at great play by the first baseman. That's exactly it. Great play by the first baseman, by the way. It was a hard hit ball right at him. But Ganella up 7. Hustled that one out like Pete Rose, anybody. And back in the day, he's a hard-nosed baseball player. That's football mentality as well. But there's athletes like that are very rare nowadays. He could have just lollygagged that down first base, but he tried to beat that out despite being up 7 runs, just playing the game.
And he almost did.
He almost did, exactly, on a ground ball to first. So McCool retires the first 2 batters. We got a pop-up right here in front of us. And I think it hit right above us.
Right above us.
Speaking of the headband,
Uh-oh.
freshman catcher Carter Payne.
Yes, sir.
Not the headband. What's wrong with that? All right, so McCool gets the first pitch. That's just a big, high, tall strike. On shortstop, Colby Strickland. And Cole's still trying to keep his Longhorns in it, keeping Bloomingdale at bay. Got the first 2 batters out here in the 6th. Got a 2-1 count on cleanup hitter Colby. As that ball goes foul down the first baseline, Colby Shelton. Count goes to 2-2. As that softball game, the adjacent field is now 13 all in the 5th. And you'll see some softball games coming on Stream Live Tampa here soon. We'll work them into our schedule. We'll be talking with different coaches. That is a long, deep drive to dead center field.
Moonshot. Wow.
And even over that high fence center field here at Lennard High School, Kobe Shelton, excuse me.
McCool cannot cool down this
Oh,
Bulls.
No, he did. He cooled him down the first 2 batters in this inning, but Shelton, massive bomb to center field there. As this is, in a nutshell, what the Bloomingdale Bulls are bringing to Hillsborough County this year. Deep lineup, a lot of power. They got 2 home runs tonight.
Definitely exciting lineup.
They do. Yeah, these bats are exciting. And it's not just the first 4 or 5 batters like Chris Wilkins says. I mean, they got a lot of depth. They've got 3 or 4 arms. There's another drive down the third base line.
See the hustle.
Jackson Hobbs right out of the box. That's going to be a double. And talking with some of the Bloomingdale players this week, just happened to ask a handful of them, hey, who's pitching this week? They said, probably 4. There's 4 arms.
Everybody.
They said everybody, yeah, there's 4. They throw 3 or 4 arms every game. They pitch by committee, as Coach Wilkins said today. And when it works, it works. You can get 2 innings out of each guy. It works. Now, face it, this is a very young Lennard lineup tonight that hung with Bloomingdale for the first 3 innings. So, Kennedy Duran making another pitching change. John McCool coming out of the game for Lennard as it's 2 outs here in the 6th inning, 9-1 Bloomingdale. Starting in that 4th inning, a 2-run homer by Antonio DeJesus led the charge to get that game from 1-1 to now 9-1. That was a home run just now in this inning by Colby Shelton. Now followed up by a double by Jackson Hobbs. And the Bloomingdale Bulls with their bats, big bats this year, a lot of arms. They pitch by committee, taking it to the young Longhorns this year. Kennedy Duran has a young team this year, even with the seniors, but he'll have them scrappy for the season. There's no doubt about that. In the game now is another freshman. It's the 3rd freshman tonight, and why not? Theo Ned pitching right now. It's the 3rd freshman arm for the Lennard Longhorns.
Let them earn their stripes.
Get him some work.
That's it.
Even if it's down 9-1, you just make it a small game in itself right here, and it's all for the future, whether it's later this season or the next 2-3 years for these arms. It looks like that little bit comes down 3/4.
I was just gonna say, a little sidey.
So Bloomingdale will be clearly the big favorite in their district. Class 6A District 10, I believe is District 10. They have a few schools over in Pinellas County that they won't play during the regular season with that new FHSAA rule, where you don't have to play your district opponents during the regular season, just during the district tournament. And the upcoming Saladino tournament, I'm sure Bloomingdale will be one of the favorites. It's usually 2 or 3, sometimes 4 favorites every year, but this is their 40th year at the Saladino tournament here in Hillsborough County.
What a landmark.
Yeah, Mr. Saladino started that back in 1981, so this is the 40th year this year. Lennard High School will be one of the opening round sites. We'll be here that Saturday, March 14th, to broadcast 3 games here at Lennard to open up the Saladino tournament for 2020. Then it'll shift to Brandon High School after a couple days during spring break when Hillsborough County Public Schools is off. We get a little more high school baseball action here in Stream Live Tampa. So 2 outs here in 6. Freshman Theo Ned in for Lennard. 4th pitcher of the night for Kennedy Duran. First pitch driven hard down the left field line by Antonio DeJesus, who's had a very productive night. 2-run homer, RBI double. And he's looking to add to that. Quite a bit of sunflower seeds. Empty seeds right in front of the Lennard dugout.
It's baseball season.
That's right, from my broadcast partner, Anthony Burdick. I love it. Baseball season, we're doing seeds. It's the freshman Ned, got the count even at 1.
Oof.
Gets ahead. Yeah, exactly. It almost looked like he was looking off speed.
Definitely.
Which is something you typically don't do. It's easier to adjust to off speed or breaking ball, and you always look fastball, but I think that one kind of came up on him a little bit. So DeJesus at the plate for Bloomingdale against Ned. And misses high. Couldn't stay on top of that curve. Couple passionate pitchers from Lennard tonight. Despite the score and everything, you still see him working hard. That's what you like to see. It's a hard liner to third. Jesus he's squaring up on the ball really well tonight.
Really is.
But hey, you know it's an out. Ned comes in, gets an out. That's what you ask of a freshman to come in a situation like that.
Especially with the hot hitter.
That's right.
Come in
Good experience for him.
Yeah.
Veteran manager, head coach Kennedy Duran meets him out in front of the dugout, talks to him about the situation. And just a casual conversation. It's baseball right there. It's purity of the game. It's a big, huge longhorn on Coach Duran's helmet.
Mm-hmm.
It takes up half the helmet.
I was just
I
thinking,
just noticed that.
how is he going to have to change that color?
It's a big, huge longhorn on that helmet. So as we go into the bottom of the 6th, 1 run across the plate in that inning on the home run by Colby Shelton for Bloomingdale. 1 runner left. We go to the bottom of the 6th, 9-1 Bloomingdale.
A little bit of the gray.
As we go to the bottom of the 6th, Riley Moore still in the game for Bloomingdale. As it'll be first baseman Jalen Tosay leading off the 6th inning for Lennard. 9-1 Bulls.
One thing I'll say about Coach Duran is he's definitely kind of changed his philosophy in terms of how he coaches since I was here.
Okay.
Yeah, at least from the outside view, it seems like he's definitely down back some. Not as fiery, he definitely pulls it out when he needs it, as we saw earlier.
Yeah. Picks his spots.
Yeah, he picks his spots more, and I think that's a positive thing for some of these kids.
And then that comes with experience.
I think you're right.
With anybody.
Yeah.
That's an oopsie. That is an oopsie check swing. Oh, ball
All
sails
right.
into left field.
Quite the play there. We had a sniper on the mound.
We did. Yeah. We had all kinds of action
We
there.
did.
I don't care if it's 9-1 in the 6th or not.
Oh,
Riley
buddy.
Moore throws. It was an oops. I didn't mean that check swing. Little roller. Moore falls down like we had a sniper here. Goes to second. Second baseman Barrett throws him out easily at 1. First baseman throws the ball around, just airmails it into left field. There's a lot of action for 4-3 in the book.
Yeah.
It's now up. Second baseman Miguel Figueroa. He's had a great game in the field.
Yeah, he does
Made a
well.
Sparkling diving play in the hole back in the third inning. But his Longhorns need his bat right now. He's got to get something started against Riley Moore, and that's a very tall task to ask.
Riley Moore definitely has command of his pitches. I mean, he really owns
Yeah, he's
each pitch.
got a little bit. I'm going to date myself here. He's got a little bit of Randall Kirk Myers. Randy Myers pitched for the Reds and Mets in the late 80s, early 90s.
Why
And
you
a
say that?
square-shouldered,
Okay.
closed lefty, and that's who he reminds me of. But I'm dating myself.
Yeah, definitely.
So he was
Usually
one
I
of the
can hang
nasty.
with some of your
Yeah,
references.
yeah,
This
yeah.
one, I
He was one of the nasty boys in the '90 World Series
okay.
champs for the Cincinnati Reds.
Okay.
That's just kind of how he reminds me of him.
He is very
I
straight.
kind of hope that he's not as wild
Hmm.
as Randy Myers'
Yeah.
reputation was back in the day. Yeah, but Riley Moore is fun to watch on the left side. Well, that's a base hit right there for Figueroa. Hard hit ball. We got one out here in the bottom of the sixth. Runner at first. 0-1 on Sebastian Munoz, a shortstop. Now third baseman
Third.
for Lennard. That is the only fourth hit of the night for Lennard. They had 2 doubles in the first inning, and they have not been able to get to the Bloomingdale pitchers.
2 very squared up doubles too. You know.
Yeah, they were hard hit balls in that
Right.
first inning. And they were playing more Bloomingdale ball than Bloomingdale was in that first inning, but since then it's been all Bulls from the fourth inning on. A couple home runs, a couple run scoring doubles. And as that one gets away, Wilkins tries to throw him out down at second. And you got to make something happen there. That ball's not far away from a cannon behind home plate. But veteran move right there by senior Figueroa. Gets on with a 1-out base hit. Sees the ball trickle away from the catcher. Gets down to second. So we got a runner in scoring position for the Longhorns here in the sixth. Munoz at the plate behind 1-2 on Riley Moore. As you get to see all the different camera angles we have here tonight through Stream Live Tampa. Pop up to first. Easy out. 2 outs. Yeah, Stream Live Tampa is not just one camera sitting here.
Might have started that way.
We've got multiple camera angles
Yeah.
being worked by our executive producer, Javier Nunez. Last name should sound familiar. Former Lennard legend, his son, Yo-Yo, Yasiel Nunez, now up at St. Leo. He's a big supporter.
All we know is Kavi's a magician.
Kavi's a magician.
We have no idea what he does.
Right
how he
here
does
on
it.
his iPad. I mean, it's amazing what we see here.
Puppet master.
And you guys that are watching it are getting the benefit of it. But that's exactly it, a puppet master. He's got multiple screens going, and he doesn't miss a beat. That's what Stream Live Tampa does. We're not just one camera sitting here panning back and forth. We work with our local sponsors in the community. We're free to schools, free to parents, friends to watch. It's free to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Stream Live Tampa as we get back to action. Max Goodnight fouls one off late on that fastball.
Testing those wheels over there by that dugout.
Be on your toes.
That's it.
Yeah. Chris Wilkins got a well-oiled machine early on here in the 2020 season for the Bloomingdale Bulls. As Riley Moore will reach down 1-2 on a good night. A runner in scoring position for Lennard. He'll miss outside there. Even count at 2. Puppet master. The puppet master at work here.
That's right. Doing what he
Yeah,
does.
we should get a picture of all this stuff here.
That is for sure. Very impressive.
Count. That ball misses. And puts the count at full. Full count, 2 outs. Runner in scoring position here in the bottom of the 6th for Lennard, down 9-1.
We got to put Kavi on air, so talk about the first days coming on up. Yeah, man, we had one camera. Was it 4 years ago? 4
years ago. The inception of Stream Live Tampa happened right here at Lennard High School.
One camera
Right on
with
this
4
field.
guys talking on it.
Now
Good
we've got
days.
6 or 7 cameras. We got 2 of us. We're doing post-game interviews.
Good days.
We're growing. We're growing slowly but surely. We're growing.
We definitely appreciate your guys' support.
Yeah, we're
Definitely big time.
We're not in any hurry to go massively big time anytime soon. We want to do it right and do it very well.
Feedback is
Live in
always
Hillsborough County, absolutely. Yeah.
feedback.
Sorry.
Give it to us. And if you want us to come check out your school, hit us up.
Yeah, let us know. Hit us up on Twitter at Stream Live Tampa. Follow us on Facebook, Stream Live Tampa. Free to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Excuse me. Stream Live Tampa. You can email us at streamlivetampa@mail.com. Any questions, needs, ideas? We got 2 runners on here for Lennard. Bottom of the 6th. Riley Moore gets ahead. He gets ahead 0-1 on junior John Duran.
Any relation?
I don't know. No relation.
Negative.
We got a
says.
Dikembe Mutombo
That's right.
finger wave by our
Not
producer.
today.
It's gonna be Duran.
Oh, buddy.
80s band.
Now we're really,
Now we're really dating. We talk about Randy Myers and Duran.
Oh, buddy.
Oh.
Hungry like the wolf.
It is hungry like the wolf. Let's see how hungry the Longhorns can be. What happens when you have an on-site live play-by-play and color analyst? We got to base it down the right field line. Over the first baseman's head by Duran. That'll get 1 run in. As Figueroa will score. They'll hold the runner at third. And the Lennard Longhorns scratched a run
Showing
across the
some
plate in the
life.
6th.
Nice little poke.
That's right. Down that right field line. As it's now 9-2 Bloomingdale. Lennard has runners at the corners. As replacement left fielder Mercado, sophomore for Lennard at the plate. Came in for Dak Core a couple innings ago in left field. I believe this is his 2nd at bat. As senior Brock Wilkins, catcher for the Bulls, going out to talk to Riley Moore. Thanks. We're up 7 runs. We're up 7 runs. Don't need to overthrow. Little stuff.
Mom told me I got chicken on the.
Other thing, yeah. It
On
could
the
be
grill.
right out of Bull Durham.
Yeah, right.
We need a live chicken. Is that what it was? Candlesticks make a great gift.
There you go.
That's turn 2. Yeah, we have fun here at Stream Live Tampa. We quote 80s bands. We quote old movies.
We're definitely rooting for short shorts and stirrups and headbands.
The headbands.
All of them. Bring them all
Oh, we're
back.
nostalgia. We're all about nostalgia.
Bring it back.
As I noticed, Wilkin put on signs for classic defensive stoppage situation with the runners at the corners. Looked like he was waving airplanes in at TIA. Yeah, Brock's a good kid. Real good kid. Very down to earth. It's a testament to head coach Chris Wilkin. Doesn't let his kids get too big between the ears. Because he's definitely got a star-rated lineup here in Hillsborough County. Big boppers out of Valrico. So Lennard threatening a little bit here, late in the 6th. Runners at the corners. They got 1 runner already in here in the 6th inning. Mercado falls behind on Riley Moore 1-2. There's 2 outs. Boy, that right side, that 3-4 hole is wide open, especially off a lefty.
Yes, sir.
And runner's going from first. That's a little punch.
That little
That'll
poke.
fall into center. Oop.
Oh,
And he got hung up around second. And that'll be an out. The run does count. Base hit for Mercado.
young mistake.
Well, Duran was going on the pitch, and he saw the ball fall. And he was flying around second. Probably would have made it to third. It looked like the center fielder wasn't even going to make the throw.
Yep.
I don't think Duran held him up. I couldn't tell.
So, yeah. I think he.
And Coach Duran, that is, because
That's
Duran
right.
was running.
Duran.
And he looked like he hesitated a little bit and got hung up around second. And Bloomingdale back picked him right there, too. Okay, run counts. Yeah, the run counts. So it's 9-3. Lennard's clawing back in a little bit. Got 2 across the board there in the 6th. It's now 9-3. Bloomingdale as we head to the 7th inning. Due up in the 7th inning would be, unless there are some pinch hitters for Coach Wilkin, he's got his card out, his lineup card, so we might have some changes. So we'll wait and announce those. But it's 7, 8, 9, bottom third of the lineup for Bloomingdale. Freshman Theo Ned still in the lineup, or still on the hill for Lennard. He's the 4th pitcher for Coach Duran, 3rd freshman tonight. As we head to the 7th inning, 9-3 Bulls. They've got 2 home runs on the night, a lot of extra base hits. They're flexing their muscles from the 4th inning on. So leading off, it'll be pinch hitter senior Khalil Mason for the Bloomingdale Bulls. He's pinch hitting for White Strickland. And first pitch swinging. Line drive to third. Yeah, pinch hitters come in, they swing at first pitches.
They're
Hit it
looking to
hard.
get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a 1-pitch out for Theo Ned. Due up next, I believe, is Joe Skinner, 2nd football player on the Bloomingdale roster, baseball roster behind Dominic Ganella.
He looks like a linebacker.
Yeah, Skinner's got 2 older brothers that play football at
Okay.
Bloomingdale. That is a
Okay.
big drive to left field.
All right,
and
Joe.
gone.
All right, Joe.
First pitch swinging.
All right.
Joe Skinner Jr. comes off the bench for Bloomingdale, sends one deep into left field.
Deep.
And gone.
Yeah, that was.
That is the 3rd home run of the night
Yeah.
for Bloomingdale. And we talked about depth.
It's actually still in orbit.
Yeah. So Logan Rhodes, another senior off the bench for Chris Wilkins' Bloomingdale Bulls. 3rd pinch hitter in a row for Bloomingdale in this inning. Yeah, we were saying earlier, Joe Skinner, before he launched that one into almost out of the county here. This one is a high pop-up in the infield. That looked like an adventure from the beginning.
Yeah, it
That
did.
one will fall
Yeah.
in short left field. Joe Skinner, he's the 2nd football player for Bloomingdale that's on the Bloomingdale baseball roster. He had 2 older brothers that played football at Bloomingdale, Sam and Charlie. Fourth pinch hitter in the row for Bloomingdale. Last name Dubaswan. Junior outfielder.
You know, these are valuable at bats for Bloomingdale. You
Huge.
know?
Huge, yeah. Coming off the bench.
like you said, it's gonna be a long season. Baseball, a lot of games.
A lot of games. You never know what can happen.
That's it.
Make the most of your at bats.
Sometimes
Always be ready to play.
Something tells me Skinner will see the plate again.
Yeah, maybe. So Dubuisson. Very French.
That's it. Yeah, man.
Very French.
You're feeling
Should
that
I have a
one.
beret on when I say that?
I think we also need some like tea and
Or is this the Ryder Cup? Could be the Ryder Cup. There's always a European golfer with a funny last name, Dubuisson. So a junior outfielder coming off the bench. 4th pinch hitter in a row in this inning for Bloomingdale. They probably could start for most lineups. That's how deep this Bloomingdale roster is.
Longhorns might have them.
That is very true. With this young Lennard team really in this 2020 season. Has a couple wins. This is their first formidable opponent they faced. And they battled. They battled first 3 innings. They were tied at 1.
Even last inning,
But
man.
then those big, yeah. And even last inning, scratched across two runs. And they're not giving up. But the big bats of Bloomingdale really leading the way here tonight in Ruskin. Good pitch by Red. Gets that count even at 2. So runner at second for Bloomingdale, 1 out. Pinch hitter Dubuisson
You got it, man. You got it.
comes up for the Bulls. We got a football score here, 10-3. Oh, that's a backwards K. So 2 outs.
Left the
And
big
Brock
man in
Wilkin
there.
will stay in. Couple reasons here. Leave Wilkin in. He's the catcher. Let him finish the game. Maybe put in a backup catcher.
If that's any rush.
But it's 10-3.
Yeah.
Coach Wilkin is doing him a favor for his future. I mean, it's easy to see. I mean, he's got some MLB scouts here tonight. They're going to watch every at-bat. So for his future, yeah, you want to get him another at-bat. And I think Coach Duran would understand that. So we'll see. Big senior, big 6'4" senior for Bloomingdale. Brock Wilkin sends one deep to center.
So, like, is that what you just called?
That's what we were
looking for, right?
Nostradamus here on the mic.
Oh my goodness! It's
so
like
4th home run of the night for Bloomingdale.
I think he knew it was gone before he even swung.
So 4th home run of the night, 2-run homer for Brock Wilkin. Just what we said. Coach Wilkin getting his big senior leader and that bat in front of what could be his future. You know, this coming June, very likely to get drafted out of high school.
I'd say
and
so.
You could have a decision to make
I'd say
whether or
so.
not you go to Wake Forest, where he
That
already
could,
signed, or just
yeah.
depending where you get drafted. You never know.
No doubt.
Those are good decisions to have to make as an 18-year-old or a senior coming out of high school.
You know, my experience with baseball, I can't fathom how you could just like literally say that I would hit a home run when I wanted to, and I mean it just felt like that was
All
what he
4 of them
literally
look
said.
like they wanted to.
Yeah, like I'm making it happen. Like
Yeah, it's launching
unreal,
pads.
man. Unreal.
As we got a first hit batter of the night.
He
From
wore it pretty
Canella.
well.
And no harm behind that one. Red's given up a couple dingers here in this inning for the freshman. Good experience for him. And shortstop Colby Shelton will come to the plate for Bloomingdale. He's one of the 4 Bulls to have gone deep tonight. 4 home runs for the Bloomingdale Bulls that have helped build this 12-3 lead over Lennard here in the 7th inning.
You know, it is a perfect night for that too. You know, a little bit of cooler air, thinner.
A little bit, yeah.
Wind has kind of died down a little bit.
I think even if the wind was coming in, those balls were gone. But yeah, it's a nice
might be
night.
onto something.
It's a beautiful night
Yeah, the ball is going to
here at Lennard.
Ruskin, Florida.
But showcasing what Bloomingdale's bringing to Hillsborough County this year. here on Stream Live Tampa early in the 2020 season. This is what the Bulls are bringing to not only Hillsborough County, but their district and possibly more down the road. Deep lineup, deep staff.
Yep.
Great coaching staff. Long time program. So freshman Theo Ned, down 2-0. He's got 2 outs here in the 7th. Little hard hit ball to right field. Runner will hold at second. Makes it now 1st and 2nd. As the Bulls are really squaring up on just about everybody. Yeah, Colby Shelton with that base hit. Jackson Hobbs coming up. He's got a double on the night. He scored twice. He scored, it seemed like forever ago, back in the 4th inning on the first home run of the night by Antonio DeJesus. So the Bulls have runners at 1st and 2nd, 2 outs here in the 7th. Third baseman Jackson Hobbs comes to the plate. Freshman Theo Ned. Coach Duran's going to just let him fight through this, finish this inning for the young man. Big swing by Hobbs. That's the foul balls are even big. Foul balls are skyrocket. Moon balls.
Flying right now.
And he's big hitters. Big hitters for Bloomingdale. You ask any other coach around the county, hey, what do you expect out of Bloomingdale? Their eyes get big. I asked Coach Duran tonight, what do you expect out of Bloomingdale? And he kind of chuckled, like, oh man, they can hit. So it's very well known. Yeah, they go up hacking. No doubt about it.
Looking for it.
And as they should.
It's kind of a nice feeling to know that you got a couple surrounding you, so you can go big with it. In case
it kind of makes it easier to go by committee.
For sure.
But knowing Coach Wilkin, he'd probably go by committee anyhow if he didn't have big boppers. Long-time coach at Bloomingdale, 13th year, heading up the Bulls program. So Jackson, don't call me Calvin and Hobbs.
Yeah.
At the plate.
Hobbs.
We're dating ourselves. Oh, I'm dating myself with that again. Another comic strip. Just mentioning comic strip dates yourself.
True, good point.
Calvin and Hobbs.
What is this comic strip?
We used to love that back in the day. And there's a ball deep to center field. Don't think this one has quite the distance. And that'll retire the side here in the 7th. So Bulls put 2 more across the plate, or 3 more.
Bottom of the 7th over for softball, and we got a 15-14.
Yeah, it looks like both games are in the 7th. Right here in the baseball field, Bloomingdale leads Lennard 12-3 as we go into the bottom half of the 7th. And also in the 7th, as Andrew just mentioned, it is 15-14.
And from where my eye spies, it seems like
as
there might
East
be
Bay has the lead on Lennard.
There might be a runner on second for Lennard.
Yeah, I can't really tell. That's a good matchup over there. We know the score of the middle school game behind us. I know Shields was playing. It was boys soccer here at Lennard High School. As we come back here in the bottom of the 7th, new pitcher in for Bloomingdale, sophomore Jack Owens. Twelve to 3, Bloomingdale lead with the help of 4 home runs tonight. Big, long home runs for the Bulls.
No one.
Is Javon Bowie leading off for Lennard, junior outfielder coming off the bench as he faces sophomore Jack Owens.
But our sophomore softball just walked it off.
Another big run, or another big arm for Bloomingdale, it looks like. And that is right, Andrew. Walk-off win for the Lennard softball team tonight over East Bay, 16 to 15. As we start the bottom of the 7th with a 12 to 3 Bloomingdale lead. Owens gets ahead 0-2. Hard throwing righty out of the pen for Chris Wilkin and Bloomingdale. Gets him swinging to lead off the 7th. That is the 10th strikeout for Bloomingdale pitchers on the night. There's one down here in the bottom of the 7th. 12 to 3 Bloomingdale lead. And sophomore Jack Owens looks to close this one out for the Bulls. He gets a swinging strike on Jamal Roche, sophomore off the bench for Lennard. As Coach Duran starts to empty his bench a little bit, get some ABs for his reserves. Roche fouls that one off. That's high pop up in the infield. Good move by that first baseman. Never want to see the pitcher catch a ball. Maybe that's the old school ball player in me. Pitchers just shouldn't be catching pop-ups. No offense to the young righty Owens. But good move by Strickland coming in from first to take that pop-up. That's the second out of the inning. And another pinch hitter off the bench for Kennedy Duran's Lennard Longhorns. Sophomore Patel to face fellow sophomore Jack Owens, who looks sharp right here in the 7th inning. Owens with the pitch, up 2-1, falls behind 3-1. On the sophomore Patel coming off the bench for Lennard. And that's the ball game. Eleven strikeout on the night for Bloomingdale's pitchers, closes it out here in Ruskin as Bloomingdale beats Lennard 12 to 3 behind 4 home runs. The Bloomingdale Bulls, 4 big, huge home runs.
I knew they said they were going to have a tough schedule.
Got a pretty tough schedule coming up. What Durant said in the meeting is, it doesn't really matter if you wins or losses.
They're doing
It's some point system.
basically difficulty in schedule.
Difficulty. So you can lose all your games and still be in the playoffs.
Could you imagine, like, having a winning, or have a winning record, something
You're not even getting in.
I thought you were over there, and I was like, wait,
Yeah, he didn't put his mouthpiece.
oh, that was it.
Yeah, that was it.
Oh, wow.
hitters for Bloomingdale tonight. Brock Wilkin, Antonio DeJesus, Joe Skinner, who came off the bench, and Colby Shelton. We're going to start with Brock. You hit the fourth, I think,
Yes, sir.
of the four home runs tonight. This is what Bloomingdale brings to the county, so just kind of elaborate on that.
Yeah, that's our main focus every day at practice is just hit baseballs hard, and it's the same way with our approach. And our approach starts from our drills in the cage, and that leads to BP, and that leads out here on the field. And I think Coach Wilkin does a good job of teaching us our approach and telling us like what to look for, certain counts, etc.
Yeah, as I walked over, the post-game speech he gave to you guys was all about approach and what you guys were doing and have intent as you guys played. Colby, your home run, tell us about that one.
I had 2 strikes on me. I was just trying to put something in play, hit something hard, stayed at that plane the whole time, and ended up putting a good swing on it, and it went.
And actually, Antonio, you started the whole rally because Lennard hung with you guys for a few innings. Even a freshman pitcher hung with you guys for about 3 innings. It was 1-1. You hit the 2-run homer in the fourth after I believe it was Jackson legged out that ball. Tell us about yours because you also had an RBI double.
I was just trying to keep it hard up the middle. He was on third base because of the pass ball, so I was really trying to hit something hard, wait for him to come in my zone, and I just got a hold of one in the gap.
Good. And then, I don't know, maybe I'm partial because the guy came off the bench. But it was a first pitch swing, I believe, first or second, and it was a bomb just like the other 3. Coach Wilkin also talked about that one because that's exactly what you guys are, ready to swing, ready to hit when you come off the bench. So, Joe, about your home run.
I feel like you just always need to prepare for your opportunity or you'll be embarrassed. And I prepared for it, and I hit it.
Yeah, deep lineup for Bloomingdale this year here in Hillsborough County. They have a 12-3 win over Lennard tonight on the power of 4 home runs by these 4 young men. We look forward to seeing more Bloomingdale games this year, guys. Good luck the rest of the way. And that's it from Stream Live Tampa.